Hi, this is MrByZ, and today we're going to take a look at the European exclusive Black Series Hoth, Han Solo, and Leia set. So I ordered this from Entertainment Earth back at the beginning of November, like a lot of people. I was looking forward to it. You know, it's a European exclusive. It looked like a cool idea. It's actually a pretty big box. You know, in the pictures it doesn't show that. But if you look here, you can see how deep it is. You can see a little of the illustration we have on there. And back has nothing, and we have some information here. I'll let you read that if you really like to. Okay, and you can pause it and watch the rest of that. So this has these plastic deals. It's kind of like the San Diego Tarkin set. They open up, so you can see the set inside more clearly. It has a window on the top as well, which gives us light inside, which is pretty cool. It adds to the effect of what we see in the film. I don't have the Hoth Leia yet. I do have Hoth Han. I'll have to compare them. I don't know if I really want to open this, but let's see if I can do it. As these are really re-releases, I don't see a point in taking them completely out of the package. I've taken this cardboard piece out here. Really get a look at the figures. So we can get in here and look at Han's face. It looks to be the Bespin Han face, Bespin Han head. Put on the Hoth Han body with this little extra fuzzy scarf, I guess you'd call it. I don't see a gun with him. We do have, oh, I guess his gun's over here. We have some extra accessories here. Come for all the figures. There's the Hoth Leia. I do not have Hoth Leia yet, so I can't compare her to the actual release. But, you know, I have the Bespin Escape Leia. The head looks really pretty good. Of course, it's a little different from Bespin Escape. It has the vest, has a different hairdo on the head, different boots. She has kind of a shoe here. In the other one, these are boots, and she has ungloved hands in the Bespin Escape. So it's definitely a little different. I like the deco that they put into this. Kind of make it look cool. We can kind of look down upon them. But Han, as I understand, his little scarf thing is, yeah, it's removable. It's got a little plastic tie to keep it in there. I'm not going to take that out. But, you know, how does it compare to the original Han release here? Original Han Hoth. It looks to be pretty much the same, only, it's interesting. I turned on the light to see if we can see the difference between the blue and the brown jacket. Isn't that interesting? There's a very little difference with the light on here. I wonder if that's part of the trick of why we thought it was such a blue jacket in the films. I know, that's that controversy again. But I mean, you can kind of see it here where they look very similar. I wouldn't say that brown jacket looks brown. They both look dark in this light, but whoops. That's not good. As you can see, it's basically the same figure. They've taken the Han Hoth figure and they've put the Han Bespin head on him and given him that scarf, I guess you'd call it. I think it's supposed to be the hood that's down, I'm guessing, but you know, it kind of looks weird. Not something we expect to see, but you know, slight variation as we get the brown coat. Not a whole lot of difference. It's a subtle difference. It's worth it to me. I don't know if it would be worth it to everybody. At least it wasn't the huge price it was if you bought these in Europe. So it wasn't near as bad ordering these in the US. So that's kind of a look at those two. I'll try and get a look at the Leia here again. The vest is removable. I'm not going to cover too much because in the future I'll pick up the Hoth Leia and I'll just cover that whole wave when we get there. But we can just take a look at her. As far as I know, there are no differences there. I think she even comes with a couple of these accessories in the regular figure. So there we go. That is the exclusive. I don't know what we want to call this. Han and Leia Hoth hallway confrontation. You know, all it needs is the awkward looking rebel soldier walking past them as they argue or something. Really, you know, what would be nice is his hand doesn't come out with the rubber bands in there. But if you had that pointing finger at Leia, that'd be great. I think they have that on the box, don't they? We go here. This. Yep, we got the pointing figure on the box. We also notice, of course, this scene is actually a Bespin Han, not a Hoth Han, so it's a little off in that, but here's a way to get us a variation on this figure, I guess. Thought I'd throw in a little bonus review here. Here we have the Min-Bomb Stormtrooper, which is a Walmart exclusive. I have not been able to find him forever. My Walmart just showed up with about 8 of them this last week. So I finally have him. Here's our information on the back. He has a gray side instead of the red. You can see the background on the box is gray, so it's a little different. So that's helping out. So here is the MrByZ Stormtrooper. Of course, he's a slightly alternate take on the regular Stormtrooper. You can see it's got that extra piece on the top of the helmet. And of course, this one has tons of grime because he's on the mud planet of MrByZ. And he has a cape, and the cape has some muddy stuff on the fabric. I guess you could stain this and nobody would know, right? I've heard this is true. I want to show. Oh yeah, see the classic hole for the Sand Trooper backpack, way back from the first wave of Black Series figures. Still there. What is this? The 14th use of this body, I think. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It has all the same stuff as the Stormtrooper. Not a whole lot different. You can check out some of my other reviews from One Stormtroopers. But yeah, it's nice to get him. The cape's kind of cool. It wasn't featured too much in the movie. I'm looking more forward to the Mud Trooper. I think that's a very cool looking trooper. But glad I could get it, and finally, after all this time, wait for my Walmart to get him. So just a quick mini review on the MrByZ Black Series Stormtrooper. So I'm looking at just the Hoth set here. The MrByZ Stormtrooper is just kind of a bonus in there. So for overall sculpt, I give a 90. The sculpts on these are very nice. It's hard to grade them based on, you know, we've already had these things before, but still. Features, I say 89. There's not a whole lot new. We have the scarf hood thing on Han. And it's a nice diorama set. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not great, but it's still pretty cool. Paint apps on these look fantastic. I'd give that a 95. That Han head looks like the Bespin Han head. The hair is really nice on it. On the Leia's face, I don't think it's quite as good as the Bespin Escape face, but it still looks really good. Overall value, I'd say an 85, and this is an 85 based on purchasing in the United States. Obviously, if you purchased in Europe, it was a lot more expensive. I know I've talked to a few people who ordered them from over there, and it was almost twice the price as what it was in the United States. Overall, I'd say this is an 89.75%, which is a B+. So that's a look at this set. You know, I looked at this, I bought it, I felt I had to have it, and it reminds me somewhat of that Greedo Han Solo set that came out a few years back. I looked at that, I was like, I don't have to have this. Those figures I already have in a cardboard setup. I really don't care. And I know they're sought after at this point, which is odd to me. Anyway, some people are probably loving it. But this it kind of reminds me of that. It's a little bit different because that Han is a little different from what we've seen previously. But, you know, it's still pretty much a re-release of figures. It's okay. But, you know, it's not the best thing out there. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, check out my other reviews. Subscribe to my channel. You'll get to see lots of reviews, lots of things coming up. I'm trying to keep that going. I know I've been away for a little bit. Kind of had to take a little Thanksgiving break there. But I've got a bunch more reviews coming up, so it'll be pretty cool. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'm always happy to hear from you and help you out. And if you need anything more, you can put it in there too. Again, hope you enjoyed this and enjoy your collecting.